we're not gonna allow people to just.
When you said that earlier, he didn't have to answer all the questions.
That was the question there.
And he was asking questions.
Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes.
I only have 2 questions, so I can be faster than that.
Okay, thank you.
To the 3 of you guys that voted to look at this again, what side of town do y'all live on?
I live in the south end, District C.
I got you. And this is not to mean be offensive,
No,
but you don't live on the same side of town that I live on. Okay? So this doesn't affect you as much as it does us. I know for a fact that I was one of them. Man, SIlsbee, the first shiny thing that gets dangled in front of us, it's because it's got a hook on it. And we can't sell our soul in our kids' environment and their health and our kids' kids and our kids' kids just because we've got a vacant lot that's been sitting there for 26 years. It hadn't hurt us yet. It ain't going to hurt us again. They bought it. It's theirs. Hate it for them. Let them sell it. Let them do something else with it. But I can tell you now, I don't know one person that lives in this town anywhere close to 418 that supports this. Right. I do appreciate the fact. I do appreciate the fact that we're all open-minded, and we started off open-minded. You guys wanted to hear it, you heard it. Find one person that supports this, and I'd love to ask them questions. But I don't know anybody, especially in this room, that can argue with anything that any of us said. The cons ask you to listen to us, absolutely. But you've woken a sleeping giant is what you've done with this situation.
good. Honestly, good. No doubt.
I hear you, brother. Thank you, Adam.
Okay, I have a group of citizens who have written down that they wanted to voice an opinion on this, but they didn't want to speak. Now, my question is, I'm going to read your name off, and you tell me whether you want me to read what you voiced or not. Okay? Robert Smith.
I oppose it.
Okay. Do you want me to read what you got on your deal?
He said he opposed it.
Okay. Okay, Alex Donaldson. I'm opposed to the proposed rezoning. This is the wrong location for this type of facility. Rachel Donaldson. I'm opposed to the proposed rezoning. This is the wrong location for this type of facility. Lynn Spurlock. Actually, it didn't say. It doesn't say anything. It just says. Okay.
I oppose.
Okay. Foster Roberts. Man, I didn't get that right. Is that Foster Roberts?
Glasses on first.
Okay. He maybe he's left. He's against it anyway. Kirby Gore. No to slaughterhouse. Jennifer Zent. Opposed. A facility of this nature would not negatively impact the safety, well-being, and overall environment for the community's elderly residing nearby. Jennifer Zent, Mill Creek Executive Director. Okay, Cecilia Roberts. Do not wish for my community. Greg McKinney. Opposed to slaughterhouse within the city limits. Okay, she's opposed. She also didn't have it written down what her opinion was. Okay.
You're going too fast.
Courtney, who?
I'll give them to you when I get done, okay? Courtney Zamore. I am opposed to the slaughterhouse. It is within blocks. I am concerned about many things: smell, property values, waste, Okay, runoff. It is not in our city's best interest. Simon Zamonte.
Zamora, you can read it.
Okay. I do not want the slaughterhouse to come. I live close and am not happy with the idea. Scott Hagan. I manage a global skilled nursing facility directly adjacent to the property to the proposed business. This would negatively impact these seniors in their daily lives with nowhere else to go. My dad used to be in that facility. Crystal Williams, I live near here and am not in favor of this ordinance. Okay. No. And there's one other one. Do you know who that is?
No, somebody got a handwriting bad as mine.
Okay.
You want me to come look at it?
Okay.
Looks like that.
We gotta pass that down to kick the correct.
It's like, oh, God, they sign it instead of printing. They oppose,
I don't know.
if they oppose or for,
I don't know either.
just say they oppose,
It doesn't say.
okay, but we don't know the name.
Anybody knows?
What?
Alexander.
He doesn't have one. Alan doesn't have one.
Oh, that's Alan, okay.
Sorry about that, Alan.
Oh, he wants to speak.
Okay, speak up.
Speak.
Learn how to print, Alan.
2 to 5 minutes.
He had.
Okay, well, I missed it. He was in the wrong file.
Oh, I can't hear nothing he's saying.
We can't hear you, Alan.
So if you jump through certain hoops and you move certain criteria, and you go back to this grant funding, there's no interest in SIlsbee. It just so happens we got a facility that qualifies, so we got a facility. Now, it's a moot point because if you guys are good for your word, as soon as you find out we're not interested, you're no longer interested. Now, we moved this percentage of people here tonight out of the way, but they didn't come here and say what's wrong here. So you missed the other 5,800. Well, guess what? The problem you got is these are educated entrepreneurs here. And I guarantee you, they reflect almost 100% of this community. I've been with these people all my life. I've been for them. I assure you, if you go out the other 6,000, then if you 5 or 6 ain't look, lady, you're gonna get the same thing. Take this up on. We expect this council, we don't care what you think of it. When this council finds out that they're 5,800 to 2, we expect them to do what they're supposed to do.
Look together. Look at it. I'll see you at the basketball game.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
now that concludes all the public part of this. Now, would it
Y'all
be
gonna vote on that ordinance tonight?
planning on it? But I'm trying to check right now to find out if that's,
Do we have to?
You're still on the first agenda.
yeah, we're on the first
Well,
agenda.
it's the second.
Yeah.
It's number 2.
What?
It's number 2. It's the next agenda item.
Okay, we don't vote on number one?
that was just.
No, it was just a
Discussion and possible action on ordinance number 25-15, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Silsbee, Texas to add a section to permitted uses in the schedule of specific use permits to allow small slaughterhouses and packing houses in all areas not zoned for single family or duplex residential and imposing conditions for the provisions of specific use permits. This is the second reading. Anytime you have a vote on something that's not unanimous, then you have to vote on it a second time
On an ordinance.
on an ordinance.
Yeah.
And the last time ended in a 3-3 tie. So, we're,
Meetings. It's posted 72 hours before the meetings, out in front of the building. It's posted in the SIlsbee Bee, the local paper. Those of you who don't know, it's on the website, okay? And it's about to be on our Facebook page that we just recently set up for the city. Now, I respect everybody here's opinion. Some people were misinformed. I tried to clear some of that up on social media, was unsuccessful in many attempts. Now, we want what's best for this city. I get dozens of people each year saying, hey, we need more things for the kids. We need more things. We want to grow. We want to do good things for the town. What are y'all doing to make that happen? Okay, we can't do that without money. Y'all understand that? And without new businesses coming in, okay, we don't get that. We don't get that growth. Adam mentioned the first shiny thing that got, and you're right, dude. Whenever somebody bought that property before, we were excited. What are they going to do with it? Let's go. You know, I'm excited. Well, they abated the asbestos and then they turned around and flipped it. They sold it. These folks bought it because it's an opportunity zone. Okay? If you're an investor, you want to use other people's money, whether it's the federal government or John Doe. You want to use other people's money to make money. It makes sense. That's smart. Okay? And I just once again want to thank everybody for being here and voicing your opinion. I like for us to do it in as calm a manner and respectful manner as we can. People get emotional. I get it. But thank you for coming. We have heard your voice.
Yep.
We're here. We are here. We work for you, not the other way around. Just like Alan brought up. So please be part of it. Come to the meetings. This is a chance for me to talk to more than 4 people in this room.
Typically 3.
all
We're
right.
still discussing?
Yeah.
So a little bit more education on this thing, just a couple of things I heard that may have got passed over. The question was asked, why y'all don't do it outside the city? And they said because opportunity zone. I'd encourage you to go look. The opportunity zone was first defined by the first Trump tax bill in 2018 or whenever it was. And now it's part of the big beautiful bill that they talk about. It's an investment driven tool. Okay, but it's not outside the city. The city limits of SIlsbee was designated as an opportunity zone where these types of tax incentivized activities can take place. It's not just that piece of property. It happens to be that piece of property in this discussion, but it's pretty much, if you look and go search for that map was designated. Again, I just want to clarify because people were saying, well, you know, and the folks were up front. It's an opportunity zone, which makes it advantageous. It could be a tire shop, Adam. You know, I mean, it could be another one. I mean, it's an investment-driven thing. So I just want to make sure we talked about that a little bit more. And I hate it for these folks that they were trying to do an honest thing to come in here and do it. And the only thing I would tell them, you know, and I'll say it in public, is they didn't give us enough homework. Folks were saying, oh, y'all were hiding this. There wasn't nothing hidden. Any of you folks that told me, no, when I tell you they didn't hide anything, they ain't hid nothing. These folks just come. What the mistake was is they brought them in front of the council before it should have been discussed and then got through the bread and butter of it. And then if they really had something that was workable, they could have brought it to the council. But the bottom line is we just did all the work here in front of everybody. But I'm like him. I'm glad everybody came because I tried to ask those questions the first round. And well, what's this going to do? How folks going to react? And I can look around in here and I can tell you about 50% of y'all are my closest neighbors. So I understand where you're coming from on 11th Street, Roosevelt Drive, 3rd Street, 4th Street, over there where it's close to. And I asked that question too, who was going to move by it?
Well, there's the next question. Why, you know, I see all these people that are pissed off at them. But if they are 2 people that do want to invest and make money, make skills better, why don't we come up with something to decide? Sorry, you got 2 people ready to work, do the work.
Exactly. My point is I feel terrible for them because they're not bad people. They just had an idea that didn't fit us.
Well, if you had another location, though, some of y'all be okay with it?
No, well, not a slaughterhouse. I'm saying it's a different building.
You said not a slaughterhouse at all. I'm not talking about the location, I'm just saying if it was somewhere else out.
Somewhere else out, qualified.
They don't want it still.
Right, some other place will be out. So,
They don't want it still.
Oh,
that's outside the city limits.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Look
Yeah,
at the
but
map.
Okay.
they don't want it to city limits at all.
Huh?
The public doesn't want it inside the city
Okay.
limits at
That
all.
was my question. I mean, we got,
but I'm not speaking about it tonight. And, so, we haven't finished this yet. We still got to vote on this thing. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
We vote to not
No,
do
to
it.
not, disprove it, yes.
Not do it.
Okay,
To not pass.
all in favor? Hey, anybody want to?
Waive the thing.
There's no third reason.
I know,
Okay.
it was a little humor.
Okay, item number 3.
Mayor, is there any way you can skip to number 7? I have a grant
Okay.
consultant here from.
We
one
can
of our-
sure do
Hey,
that.
where y'all going? Y'all don't wanna know about the rest of the agenda?
Well, number 7, look
Number
here.
7, he's a grant consultant this year.
Okay, that's where you at.
Item number 7, discussion and possible action on authorizing issuance of request for proposals, RFP, or administrative services and request for qualifications, RFQ, for engineering services for the 2024 Disaster Community Development Block Grant. Disaster Recovery Programs 2024 Disaster CDBG-DR administered by the Texas General Land Office, GLO. The city manager, would you tell us about this and explain?
Well, I'm trying to apply for another grant for y'all, and this is some more to help us with our water and sewer infrastructure problems. And I've been working with this grant consultant on the possibility of this type of grant, and he's gonna help me with it. And he's here tonight to do some explaining to y'all about what type of things that we can use it for. But I stressed to him about drainage and water and sewer problems that we have. And so he's here tonight to update y'all on what type of uses of the funds we can do.
I apologize. If I'd known you were here, I would.
No, sir, no apologies needed. Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. My name is Luke Crutchford. I'm with a company called GrantWorks, based out of Houston, Texas. We assist city and county governments with grant opportunities. From the start to the finish of a grant opportunity, we'll walk you through that process, making sure that we stay within compliance guidelines set by the General Land Office or any other parent agency for that matter. The opportunity I bring before you this afternoon is from the General Land Office. This is an opportunity to look at some of your infrastructure needs that you guys have been previously discussing this afternoon. As of right now, these funds are coming down as a pot of $97 million. These are to address the storms that happened in 2024. That's both the May storms, the straight line winds, tornadoes, and thunderstorms, and the Hurricane Beryl that followed. These funds are dedicated infrastructure opportunity funding. Some eligible activities, Ms. Zimmerman kind of touched on a little bit already. Some flooding that step going that way anyway. So these funds, as was discussed previously, when you have an opportunity present itself to fix the issue. There are some public facility opportunities there as well. The GLO is not getting too deep into what the public facilities quite stands as, but that is something that we discussed on commercial or industrial buildings that would make your code enforcement fit, so to speak. A little bit more about some of the factors that play into this grant opportunity. These grants, it's a low to moderate income area considered slum or blight. They're using these funds to update an area, to bring it up to speed with the rest of the community. And so as of now, I believe that we have an idea of where we could use those funds if this is an opportunity that you would like to move forward with. Now, I did speak with Ms. Zimmerman about it. There are, application processes have not opened as of yet. We're expecting the application process from the GLO to open, in the early parts of next year. They're allowing 2 applications, so that's 2 separate projects. We're recommending that you only submit 1. This is gonna be a first come, first served basis. There's one project that you guys really wanna use these funds for, the maximum is $5 million. There's a 5% match with this grant opportunity. Depending on what allocation of funding you're looking to use, there's a 5% match to that.
That's a low match.
So it is a considerably low match comparatively to other grant opportunities that are out there. Just for instance, a FEMA grant can go anywhere from 25% match to a 50%. And let me see if what else am I here? I don't believe there's anything. I'd like to open up the floor for questions for you all, and let me know what you have, and I'd be happy to do my best to answer them.
I mean, I focused on it because it was water and sewer treatment plants, upgrades that could be used. Russell talked about we needed one of our water wells redone. It's got streets in there, and I know we had a lot of water and
We can
sewer
use all those things.
improvement. Yeah, you could do the north treatment plant, work on the south treatment plant, build the new water well, fix
And
the
with only a
streets.
5% match, what's the typical average?
Well, it just all depends. We're gonna apply for as much as they'll give us.
Yeah,
How
You know,
what
long,
I'm saying is typically.
how long is this line we gotta get in to get these grants? Cause you know, I don't get me wrong, I know other places that's smaller than us
Sure.
have got those grants.
Yes, sir.
Is we one of the big dogs to receive one, or are we the small ones?
From our internal, so at GrantWorks, we have an internal testing that we do, and we look at the scoring criteria that parent agencies like the GLO or Texas Department of Agriculture, that they give us. And we've looked at the scores, and we've looked at so Hardin County storm opportunities.
For Hardin County, for the city of Silsbee.
For Hardin County,
Hardin
it goes by counties.
We're in the
Yes, sir.
county, in that county.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this, now Hardin County could go ahead and apply for this opportunity as well, and they could also come back into the city of Silsbee
Yes.
and expend that.
What
That's
it's
why I
saying
said, where
is
we
the
at in the
county,
line?
I can,
Yeah.
let me see here.
This
see, the county
body-
can apply countywide, and they
Yes.
can do a project inside the city limits. That it won't stop us from still upgrading our water and sewer system or doing our streets
But
also
what I'm
over
getting
beyond
at,
theirs.
if the county do file along with us, is the county gonna get $1,000, we gonna get 10?
Right, right.
I want us to get
I'm
50,
sure a
50, if
county
nothing else.
project would be bigger than ours because they're applying countywide,
Sure, okay.
you know,
think-
for other cities
What was
as
your name
well.
again?
Luke,
Luke,
Yes,
I'm Paul. Quick question, because we have applied for
And this year,
grants in the past, and we were told that we did not qualify. We didn't score high enough, right? Have you done a preliminary score based on how we're set up now or
Yes,
our
sir.
history?
from my preliminary scoring here, I have I'm just gonna give you a ballpark number here. I have the top 80 communities. That goes from my territory, Hardin, Jefferson, Jasper, and Orange on my
Okay,
list.
because we've run into things before where they
Yeah,
said,
we have.
hey, look, you don't even qualify because you
y'all
don't
ain't
charge
doing it.
enough for water and sewer.
Right.
We weren't charging the community, you know what I'm saying? Citizens. And, so, you know, we had to make adjustments. It's like we weren't even holding up our end of the deal, trying.
To get a
to raise the
grant.
money. So that's why I wondered, number 15, doesn't sound terrible out of, 80.
LMI, door to door, and did.
About 2 GrantWorks, I should say. Community would have to worry about is that 5% match, and then the ads in the paper for this RFP and RFQ.
Which on any grant that you apply for, that you put in the paper, when you procure for a grant consultant or engineer, you're paying for it already. It's a budgeted line item that you already budget.
Are you,
For the most part, we would, if management, we would make sure that the city stays within compliance. We would follow a closeout, including all of this environmental work, surveys. We're going to those workers on site, making sure that their labor standards are up to code. That way, we can send all that information back to the GLO, and they know for a fact that the money is being spent in the correct manner, that it's being done in a correct way, and that you're going to stay in compliance. So at the end of this, when they go through.
well, I mean, my concern, we got people all the time saying they helping us get these grants,
We ain't
but
getting
we don't never see them.
But I think we've been using the same people over and over.
Well, Well, we do and we don't. We go through a procurement process,
Mhm.
and then we go through their applications. And GrantWorks has done work for us before. We use Trailer and Associates. We've used a time or two Schomburg and Polk. We've used different companies. Okay. These people had just worked with something for me on, so I reached out to them. And a lot of times you'll find a grant administrator that will help you get it started,
Right.
whether they get it or not, and they don't get nothing. And then we go out for procurement, we advertise for it, and then we pick the best one that we see that's submitted, and it may wind up not being them.
Exactly.
But, you know, if
Well, I'm saying,
they submit a good
I know
RFP, then yes, we do.
Trailer and Associates in here more than anything, and,
but they don't produce nothing to us.
well, we have not been awarded. Now,
Well,
I'm saying
but that's
all
why I reached out to these people.
But what he's saying is that you're doing, it sounds like, on a regular basis
Yes, sir. Yes,
to help get the money awarded.
Well, if we reach out to them and say, look, I would like for you to try to help me look at this grant. And we reached out to him and asked him if he would, because of the same reason y'all just said, we don't see Trailer Associates that often. So I reached out to him.
Yeah.
And he showed up.
And then if, you know, with the understanding that he knows they might not get it, Trailer Associates might submit, but if the company's qualifications comes in that they're as good or better than the other company that you feel like's not helping you as well, then most likely you're gonna pick that one that helped you.
Dan,
But you have to go through the process.
I don't get it with Trailer Associates. To me, my times on this council, I don't see them producing.
I agree.
I don't see it.
That's,
I mean, if you got some grants I'm overlooking that I hadn't seen they got for, please share them with me.
We do have some they're currently working on,
I did working on them, so
but
get them wrong, they've been doing it.
most of the paperwork goes through admin. You know, it comes to us and then we bring it to y'all and it's listed on the consent agenda for y'all to vote to. Look at this consent agenda that y'all disproved. Those, several of them is Trailer Associate is your grant consultant, but they don't come just for drawdowns. But this is like, they help you submit your application. Once you tell them, hey, this is what we got, this is what we want, this is where the locations is at, and then you procure for a grant administrator and an engineer to actually do the work for you.
Ms. Zimmerman, are you recommending that we contract with these people?
That's not what we're
Well,
talking about.
yeah, I
You're
can't-
talking about issuing an RFP.
RFP. I make a motion that we
Yeah.
authorize issuance of the RFP.
I second him.
See, I will send RFPs out at
Yeah, I
this
got
point, and then he can
got it.
submit.
Thank you.
All right.
Got a motion.
We got a motion and a second. Is there
Who
any
made the
discussion
motion?
on it?
I made the motion.
Kurt, who seconded it?
All seconded. Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor of issuing this RFP and RFQ?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Pass.
Mayor, council, thank you for your time.
Thank
Louis.
you.
Thank you.
Sorry we kept you so long. Okay, item number 3, discussion possible action on ordinance number 25-16, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances to the city of Silsbee, Texas to,
House, just the mobile homes.
do you have a recommendation on that?
Yeah, my recommendation is that y'all approve it. We talked about it in the last
We
meeting.
did talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
More so with the
Mhm.
amount
Or
of.
hold on, don't have over now.
Okay,
Yeah, we had a
got-
workshop
do-
on it.
If you do it unanimously, then you don't have to do a second reading.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion that, we do the setback on different zones for R2 and R3 for 5 feet to 7 feet.
And mobile home.
And
No, I ain't doing
Well,
motion.
that you need a house to do it.
Okay. Okay,
that's not the ordinance.
That's what it was.
The ordinance is R2, R3, and the would be normally be built in an R1 or R2 that you put into a mobile home district, actually an R1 that you put into a mobile home district. It's actually in there.
I'm out.
You can,
Okay.
the ordinance is in the package.
you won't withdraw your motion?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, same
Based on
thing I
what you're
told
saying,
y'all.
I'm withdrawing my mobile home, I'm withdrawn.
But Thomas, he said the same thing I did. He's talking about a house. If you put a house, which you normally have in a R1, R2, R3, if you put a house in a mobile home district, they have to.
Just said.
Well, I know,
And
but
he
in a
said,
mobile home district.
home, don't have to go with the 7-foot setback.
Oh,
And
okay.
he told me I didn't say it right.
Well,
If I didn't say it right, I'm gonna withdraw my motion.
And I'm missing something on, the way it's written, it says, expand the side yard setbacks in district zone R2, R3, and MH, mobile home, from 5 feet to 7 feet,
It does say that.
period. That's what it
Yes,
says.
it does.
Read the ordinance.
But we talked about it.
But in the ordinance, if you read
Amending the
it,
code.
it's worded,
An ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Silsbee, Texas to
expand
expand
the-
side yard setbacks.
Read the body of the ordinance, read section 2E.
yeah, the ordinance is in your pocket.
Section 2E. Bold italic text added for emphasis. Regulations applicable to specific districts. Requirements pertaining to property zoned for manufactured homes. The requirements pertaining to property zoned in the mobile home, MH, manufactured home dwelling districts are as follows. Structures other than manufactured homes and mobile homes, any structure constructed on a property zone in the M-H manufactured home dwelling district that would otherwise be allowed in an R1 or R2 district shall follow all appropriate regulations pertaining to property zone R2.
Which is gonna be 7 feet.
Yeah. And everything else, because the mobile home regulations are very different from the regulations that you would use to build a house. So you
Yeah, they don't.
you want
apart.
all of the regulations for the house if you're gonna put a house in a mobile home district.
But for mobile homes, is it gonna stay at 5 feet and change the setback?
The mobile home, if it's a mobile home, it stays exactly like it is.
Like it
Everything stays like it is.
So what
Yeah,
you're
you're
saying
not
is,
touching mobile home requirements at
mobile
all.
home rules apply to a mobile home, R1 rules apply to an R1 dwelling put in a mobile home district.
R2
R2.
rules apply to a house or a do.
8 plus 25, 16.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on it?
Please.
Well, I'm back on this bill, I ain't no problem. If it ain't spelled out, I got questions.
I know.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Well, opposed? Okay, that motion carried is unanimous.
Thank God.
That means we don't have to do it again,
The
right?
rest of it.
Yes.
Did somebody vote against it?
No,
Somebody voted.
it's unanimously
And
passed.
then it's, yeah, you don't have to do it again.
No,
Okay.
I'm opposed.
I'm trying. Item 4, Division 4 Grease Trap Corporation into the code, providing for severability, providing for repealer, providing for an effective date, and providing for proper notice and meeting. City Manager, would you make some kind of recommendation on this?
Okay, this was brought to me from,
We're just updating the ordinance for the state and stuff.
yeah, new changes that the state has.
Just prove that.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
That was unanimous.
it's unanimous.
Yeah, it's unanimous.
Oh, no.
18, what the hell is 18?
Item 5, discussion and possible action on ordinance 25-18. An ordinance of the city of Silsbee, Texas, amending the code of ordinances by repealing the all city regulations governing mobile food vendors, food trucks, mobile concessions, trailers, kiosks
Kiosk.
contained in chapter 5, providing for an effective date and providing for proper notice and meeting. Seems like we just passed that.
You did not too long ago, but the, state has changed the rules.
The health
State-
inspection?
Regina Bolton, the health inspector, had reached out to me, and the state's gonna start taking it over, so all your requirements that we have saying, you know, it has to go through the health department, vice versa. Also, the charging of the fees and everything, the state's gonna take it over and regulate it come the beginning of the new year.
So
We'll have to
wait, wait,
change our ordinance.
So how can the state take that over from Solomon, can you help me here? Like,
The state preempted it, so what they actually said was cities can no longer regulate this. So there's a fine now if you keep regulating it.
so cities can't regulate food trucks that come into their city.
Correct.
That makes 0 sense.
Not really, because it.
Why?
it's the
Because it's taken
argument
away
that-
from the brick and mortar
it's the
establishments,
exact
man.
argument that you guys were making about why do these people have to make, why do they have to pay the fee here and here and here and here, because they're basically, and this is the argument.
To replace the sales tax.
Well, no, because you're supposed to be paying sales tax anyway, wherever you go anyway.
Supposed to.
Yeah, but, and apparently they're gonna enforce it, but the idea being, if you're regulating, if every city has this regulation, which every city turned up having this regulation, then these food trucks are paying $500 per city per year to do business. That ends up being real expensive if you're.
That sounds like a them problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they choose to go to 8 different cities to sell their food, that's on
State's
them.
way
You
of
know,
taking
like,
money away from the health department
Well, here-
and from the city, because
Here's
they'll
my-
get the money.
Here's my question, so, if the state gonna take it over, why are we worried about a city ordinance?
yeah.
Because if we
You
enforce
got to
it,
change it.
if we enforce it, then we'll get fined.
You have to,
Obviously,
you have to change the ordinance that you have right now, saying that you're gonna make people do all the stuff that we were telling them they had to do.
What business is ours is the state taking over? Y'all,
Because the state has the power to preempt to say you can no longer regulate this.
Yeah, our ordinance had a fee set.
Sure.
Our ordinance also required them to go to the county and show us a health inspection and all this, and the state says you don't have to do that no more. So
they
that
don't-
means
so
our ordinance
do
won't
they-
be any
So they
good.
don't have to come to us for a permit?
No, they're just gonna go to they're gonna go to
They're
the
going
county
through the
health
state.
inspector, but it's going through the state.
y'all can vote on it. They
So
make it-
you're saying the county health inspector is who monitors it?
Yeah, who? So
And
I
they still have to get the health, they have to follow all the health regulations still.
Yeah.
but who, like,
But I
like
think
Paul said, who gonna
The
monitor
state
this?
is gonna have a health.
They just gotta put
They're
something
gonna
in
have
there,
their
we
own
gonna take
health
their word
person
for
come
it?
out and do it.
And so there's actually, in the ordinance, it talks about the law, so you can, if you want, I can give you a copy of the law and you can read all of that, what the parts that they changed, and, I mean, it's pretty in-depth about what they did. It's a tiered rollout, so some of the things actually went into effect in September that we weren't supposed to be doing, and some of them go into effect now, and some of them go into effect in July, and it's just, we're sort of just taking care of it because we cannot regulate this anymore.
So do you know off the top of your head what a food truck has to do then to get, like, they go to the Coops, I guess? to
No,
get
that, right now, they go there and here, but Regina said they no longer have to come through her anymore. They'll go straight through the state, and the state will regulate. I guess the state will come out, like Solomon said, and look at making
So
sure
we're
people's
relying
compliant.
now on
If
state
they-
collectors,
If they
right?
don't have their permit, who gonna be the enforcer say you gotta shut down?
The state will.
So, but if we not know they don't have the permit, we know it. We just let that alone and say, well,
I
the
guess
state
we
gotta
could
catch it,
call the
huh?
state on them if we wanted to.
I mean, Sean can still enforce any violations of the law.
Well, obviously, we can't violate the law and.
Yeah, we don't wanna do that.
Fine, so let's make a motion to go ahead and approve this, but this is still a conversation that should be had because I think it's
Yeah,
trash that we
I
can't.
don't think the county liked it either. She said that she thought it was gonna be a nightmare because she found it hard to believe the state would.
I don't
go
see
into
how the
all
state's
these
gonna regulate.
cities and
I
have
don't
time
know
to
how they're gonna
regulate it.
regulate.
Exactly.
Okay,
People
I
gonna
ain't
be-
voting for nothing. Get the vote on the road.
I make the
Okay, so
motion,
we have a
to go ahead and approve the change of the ordinance that we need to make so we don't get fined by the state.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on it?
Yeah, I wanna make sure I go on record, if the state gonna sit there and says the state record, I think for the city of Silver, we got no business opening my mouth and touching this matter. That's all I gotta say.
Totally agree.
But we'll be fine.
Well, they didn't just do it to us, they did it to the county too.
Ain't no matter who all
Item
it is.
6,
Took it away from both of us.
discussion and possible action on ordinance number 25-19, an ordinance of the city of Silsbee, Texas, repealing 2018 edition of certain international building codes and adopting certain 2024 international building codes and standards. City manager, can you tell us about
You're
that?
still gonna go by some of the international building codes that we would like y'all to adopt, the new ones, or the inspector would. And Solomon has already went over them, or they actually, well, he's got them listed in the ordinance of the ones that, not everything in the code fell under because you notice it says some of them. Adopting certain ones, and the certain ones are listed in this ordinance that's in here.
No, it's right here.
2519. And that wording, Solomon actually took straight out of the code. So we didn't make it to fit anything we wanted. We made it to fit exactly what was in their international building code. It's way down at the bottom. Last thing in your packet. If you look at where it says now therefore be it ordained, it tells you which ones that they had new updates to. The rest of them, they kept the standards or the requirements the same. But if you look at A, those listed under A are the ones that they're updating.
Which ones are they not updated? You made a statement
It
that
says, an ordinance, City of Silsbee repealing the 2018 edition of certain codes. I mean, we don't have the 2018 in here.
No, listen, I can't do certain.
Yeah.
I can't vote on anything that says certain.
hold on.
But the certain ones are listed.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm missing where you're reading, because my line B says 2018 versions of the codes listed in section A, which is all the ones you're adopting, are hereby repealed. Am I misreading that?
Books, open list.
Yeah, those are,
So which one did you not repeal? That's all I'm asking.
I don't know. Those are, I mean,
I don't either.
she
I
just
don't know,
gives
the
me the
city
list of the ones that
inspector
I'm-
gave us a list of all the 2024 codes because we had to wait and get the books and see which one they were updating. They turned the list in, we turned it into the city attorney. And those are the ones that have to be updated. See, every time there's new updates, they don't have them every year. You only pick the ones that they change. And these are the ones that show that there was changes to.
Is there any reason we can't table this until we can find out what we're voting on?
Didn't we have it already?
Well,
We put it off to
Roger.
wait.
I put it off because you didn't have the books.
But he's got the books and he gave
Right.
us the answers out of the book.
Do you have a copy of what our current codes that we're enforcing is?
Yeah, I've got it in there, but
2018 ordinance and let y'all look and see what was in it. All he done, they come out with a 2024 edition. Any changes from the 2018 was 2024 new, he gave them to us to put right here.
should be
So
fine.
there
It's
was a
just caption
2024
change.
available, he wanted it.
Well,
So we ain't always doing it every 2 years.
No, we ain't.
So I'm just saying, I'm just trying to catch up to where we currently
well,
stand,
this is
is all I'm asking.
6 years from 18 to 24 code.
And most of these codes are updated every couple of
We
years.
was on 2009 for years.
Yeah, I don't
Years.
think they don't update ours
Did update the
every 2
21s
years.
back a couple years ago. This is 21, we had 18.
Yeah, we're still going by 18.
Listed in A and repealed in the A. We have a publication, do we have anything that we enforce above and beyond the code? We only go by the published codes and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's all we do, yes.
Yeah, we have the 2018 code and then the new ones that I had to buy the books for the inspector for the
Yeah, I know.
2024.
I know every contractor that works at has go buy them books after you adopt this. Yeah, I know about that, buying that book. I don't do swimming pools, so I'm out one there, I don't have to buy.
You got 11 more to go
Got
though.
11 more to go. We had to go couple more. I'm not gonna do a green structure either. I don't even know what that is.
So we go
10, you got it down to 10.
So I'm not against what we're doing here. I understand it a little better. I just didn't understand it in the first reading of it. He wants to update these codes to the current 2024.
Yeah.
Yes,
He wants to
but
keep
just
what we've got
those.
in effect, still in effect.
The other one, the other 18s are not listed on there are in effect.
But
That's the
still,
only ones that needs to be.
Yeah, because they haven't changed those other ones.
no, ma'am, I'm gonna disagree with you there.
On all of them?
I can tell you International Chemical Code's been changed since 2018 because I work in that business. So I'm there, we parting hairs here about what we're trying to do. I don't know why we're not upgrading.
All we took was every book that he got from his class that they said they were upgrading that had changes to it in 2024. And he pulled every one of those that had changes. And then they sent us the books.
Okay.
If I talk to him tomorrow and I see that I'm incorrect, then I will bring it to y'all's attention in the next meeting and we can revise it.
Where you get this information from?
Sir?
Who you getting information?
Well, the inspector goes to school for that kind of stuff. And then he
What
comes, and when these code people change the codes and upgrade them, he studies that and gets that information. And then he brings it to us, asking us to update the codes for him. And the only way we can do that is to put it in here. Now, if y'all want to stay with the 2018, I mean, I guess you can. But like Bruce said, there's been a change before already, and we're still on 2018.
You was here in 2009, right?
Yes, sir.
How long was you stay on that one?
They stayed on it for a
A
long time.
long time.
Until 20, I think
28.
I changed them in,
We ran 2009 building code for years and years and years.
Yes.
So, you know, and now on top of that, we start going over what was there and what we felt like needed to happen. So, are we gonna be changing that stuff? But you kind of need to go over it a little bit. Y'all don't agree with that?
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it's an inspector
no,
who goes through the
because
training. We
that's
don't.
absolutely way too in-depth for what
That
you
ain't no
guys,
day-to-day
like,
operation.
that is completely.
That ain't no day-to-day
operation. That is
operation. No, I disagree with you on that.
within, I mean, that is not within the
No.
scope of what the council is supposed to
No,
do.
I disagree with you, fellas.
Well, I mean, we'd have to
You
bring the
you
inspector
a
in
public
here.
works director and an inspector.
If I got
that
citizens
take-
asking me different questions, I need to be able to answer that citizen.
You shouldn't
okay?
be answering citizen
And that's
questions
not
about the
day-to-day
building
operation.
codes is the bottom line with that. I
Day-to-day
mean,
operation.
if you have a citizen that's asking you questions about the building code, you should say, you need to talk to an inspector.
Sir, one thing I would point out about this speech you're giving right now is you're giving us your opinion, not your legal advice.
That's
And-
legal advice.
Okay, and would you give us legal advice to how our citizens are supposed to get those answers when we don't have a full-time inspector?
They can go to the public works
Well,
director.
we
We
talked
have
to
an
him about
inspector.
that, and she wants to defer everything to the inspector, but he's not here.
Still, the city council is not the right person to ask. If they need to
Well-
ask the public works director and leave a message, that's fine, but the city council is not the right person to be asking for the.
Also have it
Citizen
online
check-
for the business
A
and the
citizen
contractors.
can ask me anything they wish.
Right, and,
I'm okay with it.
but the correct answer there is you really need to talk to the city management who's in charge of the day-to-day operations of the city.
That's not really our place.
All right, we gotta do something right
I
here.
make a motion to go ahead and approve that.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on it? Okay, all in favor of approving it, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, then it didn't pass because we'll have to come back with another reading.
Just a minute. I had it 42. Would,
Yeah.
do we raise the hands?
He said no.
Who?
If you got any nays on an ordinance, we'll have to
Who was that?
come back at another
We got
meeting.
two
So they
nays.
didn't.
We got two names,
Codes
4
didn't pass.
yes.
Mhm.
I'm just
Well, that's what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
upfront, y'all lost me when we couldn't get the inspector. I wasn't against you till you got to that.
Couldn't get I didn't know the inspector was supposed to be here.
From the management standpoint, that if it's code-related issues, that the person responsible for code-related issues be standing up here ready to answer our questions. To Mr. Solomon speak.
Okay, we can do that from
And then
now
if you give
on.
us the comp against code, but we're back to this, we need growth, then we need houses, we need business. Does anybody here know how that affects? What kind of stuff that affects? No. We need that inspector here to say, look, here's what they say. When I went to my class, these were the changes between the 18 code and the 24 code. Except I bet you there was a 2020 code, a 2022 code, and a 2024 code. We tell them in 6 years at once. We kind of need to just kind of understand those changes. Not that we wouldn't vote for it, but
But tell me where, I mean, am I wrong in assuming that the code probably doesn't loosen up, it gets tighter, right? For safety?
right.
I mean, I'm just saying, safety is the first thing on my mind as far as that's concerned. And if it gets tighter, then why wouldn't we not adopt the whole thing for 2024? Why wouldn't we?
Because some of them did not change. Some of them still stay.
And that's what I said earlier.
So if it didn't, that's what I'm saying, if it didn't change, but anything that changed, why wouldn't it just adopt the whole code for 2024? If they determined that this is better than what happened last year, the year
Well,
before?
some of those some of the 18s, they're not changed in 2024. They're still in the same code. They didn't change the book to 2024. It still says 2018.
And we still go by that book.
Right, the verse, okay.
Okay, item 10. Discussion about items not on the agenda, specifically limited to proposals that are subject to be placed on the agenda for a subsequent meeting.
I made comment about, I called it a pet peeve, not an agenda item, about the garbage cans. And I mentioned to Mr. Martin that it was noticeable change and improvement, but we ain't but about halfway home.
As far as people drawing their cans back up to the house
Got our
after.
head tore up.
They're all over town, they're in the streets.
I had somebody that
It's
did.
better though,
So,
it was better.
Has
So I
it been-
called,
we-
told
we-
him, I noticed it was better.
so we've sent the code enforcement guy around to say, hey, you need to get your cans on the road or what?
But we got like some door tags so you can put on the doors. But like I said, it's
Yeah,
better.
we got our head down.
I think that education process just needs to continue. Maybe we'll fill the room up with folks won't talk about the garbage cans.
Bruce should have
If you want to bring up trying to get all the tax attorneys together,
We're forcing.
figure out what's going on, try to get the counties, the city, the school, the city tax attorneys together.
You know, we had a tax guy came one time and talked to us about that, but he said just give him a list, like somebody was gonna give him a list, and he gonna go to work.
A list of what are you?
The houses that were not taxes are not paid and,
Oh, they already have that list. They're the ones that gave it to us.
Yeah, but
is there any action been taken on is the question?
Probably,
But
they
the
said some of them was on the moved
All right.
list.
So on the conversation of that though, understanding, just a week or two ago, the county had a tax sale that included some properties inside the city limits. And the school district had a tax sale at that same courthouse on that same day. And that was our conversation, is not understanding why the city couldn't have a tax sale if we got properties that, why we couldn't initiate that sale in order to clean up the properties the county and the school are missing. I don't know how they're getting picked and who chooses what and where. I honestly don't know that process.
Well, I mean, if they owe taxes on the county and the school district, then they owe taxes to us too, and vice
Yeah.
versa. And again, you know, the taxes that they owe to the city of Silsbee are gonna be much less than what they owe to the school district. And so the school district's gonna go after them first.
I get all that. I'm driving the conversation from a selfish perspective of the city of Silsbee, that we've got so many dilapidated houses and overgrown lots. And when any one of them you go check, they got lots of taxes,
Yeah, I mean,
We can't,
Like they're doing.
but we don't.
we can't, though.
He did. I did talk to Steve.
Purpose of that too.
Yeah.
so, I mean, some of the ones that were in that sale on the county side were city property.
And so part of the conversation is how can we partner with the county? The goal's still the same, is how can we get, because we've got so many.
If the sale starts with like the school district, they get the first part of the money to clear up what they have. And if it doesn't bring enough money to pay for all the taxes,
We gonna get that.
But So the thing is, that one that does that operates that sale. So whether he operates it for us or for the school district or for the county itself, he's who operates the sales. And
Well, how do we get to the top? Afraid of, but I was wanting to.
all are staking it than everybody else. And in those properties is you sell them and you get them back on the tax. They're paying back tax attributing that, I'm guessing, that the county
Yeah,
has to get all that.
I've talked to them about it before. The county gets theirs first, and then they pay the tax attorneys that did all the work on it. And then if there's any left, they divide what's left with the entities between the school and the city and the ESD.
I ain't never seen them do that. I remember right.
Well, because they ain't never none left. By
Because
the time they pay the tax attorneys.
I've seen them give it to the school after the county, but I ain't never seen the city get a quarter.
No, you're right.
And
There's
we-
never
Because
none
those
left.
tax attorneys
And
are
if you look
charging.
at all these different liens we got of all these property we've been cleaning,
Well, I
and we
think
don't get nothing.
We're going over the same thing over and over again. The liens, we just started actually filing the liens when Roger got here. Before Roger, we weren't actually filing any liens.
Yeah, we were.
We weren't.
You want me to show it to you? I can get you some.
So my question is still the same. How do we partner with, help, entice, do whatever, the county or whoever, the school, to help us clean up the dilapidated houses and overgrown lots?
I mean, they are. It's just, they sold some. They're not gonna do all of them at once. They're just not.
So you think the number's going down? Because when I drive around town, it don't look like the number going down to me. And I've lived here I'm like that man's in here earlier. I've been here
Well,
63
they only
years.
have 6 because
Well, it's not.
Well, a lot of the problem too with a lot of these places in town is they're tied up in heirs and they don't know who all the heirs are. They can't find them or they're deceased or unknown. And if their hands are tied and they leave those alone.
Doesn't that tax sale take care of that?
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah,
like,
they have to,
like,
it's the notifications and everything that Dean's talking about, but still, I mean, they're selling the properties, but they can only sell a few at a time, and they're not gonna just put all of them on the list. They do it little by little.
and they should.
Yeah,
They should
sometimes
have
there's
two lists.
one kid, two kids, you know, and they're easier to get. You know, some of them are unknown.
Are we ready to, somebody make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn this
I'll second
meeting.
There's a
Second.
motion and a second. All those in favor?